During the golden age of football superstars, there was one guy who almost all football legends referred to as the Emperor. Our man was phenomenal. His pace, strength, impeccable dribbling, quick feet was just sensational. Even Ronaldo was certain this guy was going to be his heir and the new king of Brazilian football. He literally had the world on his feet. But then, it all changed. One phone call turned Adriano from the superstar wonder kid he was to literally turning into a drug addict and leading one of Brazil's most dreaded gangs. Or is there something more to his story? Even from a very tender age, Adriano was shown the very dark sides of life. Born in the favelas, one of the worst places in Brazil, our man was surrounded by guns, drugs, death, and everything. It was the kind of place where dead bodies were constantly found on the streets, and coupled with the poverty he faced at home, it was just a mess. Anyways, whenever our man was not running for his life, he was running on the pitch. Football was the only way he could escape. The only place life made sense. And according to Adriano himself, football was the only talent he had, the only thing he felt he could do well at. Seeing the dedication and talent the boy had, Adriano's father decided to do everything within his power to see his boy succeed. He took money from different members of his family just so his boy could sign for an academy. Adriano was the family's only hope of leaving the slums, and he made it his personal mission to succeed and give them the good life. Fast forward a few years later, Adriano, aged 18, gets his first team debut for Flamengo. And our man's brute strength, coupled with his sensational pace, impeccable skills, and animalistic determination, this man was a freak of nature. Finishing the season as the league's top scorer just tells you how much of a beast our man was. And with Ronaldo's injury issues becoming worse, Inter Milan decided to get the next Ronaldo in their ranks, where, under the watchful eyes of the phenom himself, Adriano was supposed to blossom into something the world had never seen before. But then, his start in European football was slow. He struggled to find a place in the team. However, loan spells in Fiorentina and Parma were just what he needed. Upon his return in 2004, the Emperor was back. 42 goals in one season shows you what I'm talking about. But then, one day, while in the locker room, Adriano got a call. His father was dead. Inter Milan's president at the time said he saw Adriano throw his phone on the ground and started screaming like he had never seen before. The only reason Adriano played with so much fire in his heart was to make his father proud. Despite this, with the hole in his heart and wanting to honor his father's memory,
See
when the
regular stars
2005
for his
Copa
nation.
America came by, Adriano entered beast mode once again. With most of his superstar teammates injured, our man single-handedly led Brazil to the trophy, beating their arch-rivals and scoring 7 goals to claim the tournament's top scorer award. But the darkness overshadowed him. At one point, he said he was so depressed, only alcohol could make him happy. He started arriving to training drunk, starting to care less for his fitness, and despite Inter's attempts, Adriano had embraced the darkness. On the pitch, his love for the game was clearly gone. An injury on his ankle, which left a permanent hole on his leg, also didn't help. As he would say himself, he now had a hole in his leg and his soul. Following Mourinho's arrival, the Special One was not interested in putting up with our man's spite. And pretty soon, Adriano's time in the club was up. After stints in a couple other clubs, including a return to Flamengo, which looked like he was back to his best form, the good times did not last, and our man finally retired in 2016. And since most of his friends were still in the favelas, he would be seen on multiple occasions visiting them. And despite what most videos have said about him, Adriano was not a gang member. Although he has been seen with questionable people, turns out they are those kids he grew up with, and while football saved him, they were not so lucky. Thanks for watching.
Ele falou, Adriano sumiu, vai pra favela, ficou né? Eu tava na minha comunidade, eu queria saber, queria voltar o Adriano, não o imperador, o Adriano, porque sem o Adriano o imperador não presta. Entendeu? Ah, Adriano, larga milhão, não quero saber. O importante é você saber ser feliz, cara. Não importa dinheiro.